since I've been here for 5 years as a manager of resident care, what we find, meaning our team, is the vets don't openly share about World War II unless you ask the question.
You know, it's hard to decipher the elements over there. You were shit scared at times, believe you me. I was, anyway. The things that happen over there, it's hard to believe, you know. You were hiding here, you were firing and hiding somewhere else, and it's a pathetic situation. You know, look around you, your friend is dead, you're scared yourself, and being scared made a better man out of you.
In what way?
Well, you became more bolder. Words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom from birds.
Well, only thing I can say is keep your nose clean. Don't do anything you wouldn't do, or I wouldn't do. You know what? The smarter you're going to be, the better. When your life establishes itself in a model where you think you got the ball by the balls, but you haven't. It's got you.
So Mr. Worth, you actually shared with us, it was very emotional. Most of us, meaning the IDT members, in the balcony dining room is where he did his presentation. At the age of 17 to 19, walking for days and days with no food, rotten potatoes and moldy bread is what he told us what they had to eat. And if you didn't walk the pace with everybody else in your group, they would shoot you as a prisoner. So he was very, I'm gonna get emotional, you guys. It was very emotional listening to him.
We were approaching Frankfurt, and we turned to bomb Frankfurt when another Halifax aircraft, the type we were flying, the rear gunner gave us a very short burst. And I'm in the co-pilot seat, but he missed me. The bullets just ended up to the right of me, and the aircraft caught fire. And we were at 23,000 feet. And then we dropped down to 16,000. And everyone else was bailing out. The last two was the pilot and me. And then I had disconnected my oxygen in the meantime, because that's 16,000, you still have to be hooked up with oxygen. When I finished with him, I went to the front of the aircraft to drop out. I put my feet down the hatch, and my boots were immediately sucked off from the suction there. Anyway, so I had no shoes, and just as I shoved, I passed out. No oxygen. So I was tumbling down without knowing what it's like to tumble, and probably around 12,000, 10,000 feet, my guardian angel pulled the ripcord. I didn't pull it, and all of a sudden the ripcord opened up, parachute opened up, and there was I floating down. So that's, I landed in a tree down there, and this was about 1 in the morning. And I had the misfortune of walking into I think he must have been a sergeant, a German army, and that's how I got captured. As the war got towards the end, the prison camps became quite full, and I ended up sleeping with another person on a bunk bed. So there was 2 of us, head to foot, and 2 of us above us. And then they got us out of the prison camp into pairs. We took some Red Cross that was available, and I took the horse blanket that was on my bed. I took it with me. So that started the Death March. And we called it the Death March because we don't know what happened to the people that ended up unable to march. They just disappeared. And we had a dozen Russians, prisoners, who dug the coffins and buried them somewhere, we don't know where. And once again, my guardian angel saved me. Towards the end of the war, about, I don't know, 1 in the morning or so, nature called, so I was sleeping very close to the door at the barn. I came out, and like normally, you just start urinating just outside the door. Not this time. For some reason, I went out and I walked about 25, 30 yards. And I'm standing there, all of a sudden, oh, a Spitfire is coming. Spitfire was shooting at me. Above my head, he killed a dozen prisoners because he missed me, but I was far enough away that the bullets went over my head and hit the barn. Now, my guardian angel sure liked to work, didn't she? Well, it's amazing the way the staff handle you. You hear, you can't beat it. They're really, really good. Pardon me, I just...
No, it's okay. No.
I haven't told this story for dog's ages. Thank you for listening to me.